Okay, so till now we have seen what is Conda environment, how to create a Conda environment, and how you can install packages in Conda environment using single pip install command as well as multiple packages using requirement.txt file. Now we can see how you can create a Jupyter kernel so that you can run your ipynb file inside that environment, because the Conda environment is only suitable for .py file. But if you want to run your Jupyter notebook, you need to create a Jupyter kernel as well for that particular notebook. Now we'll see that how to create a Jupyter kernel. Okay, so to create a Jupyter kernel, first you need to have a dedicated Conda environment, because inside the Conda environment only we will map our Conda environment to Jupyter kernel. So let's consider demo 3. So I want to use this demo 3 for my Jupyter notebook as well. So for that I need to run two commands. So I have noted down all the commands which we are going to use. So to add environment to your Jupyter notebook, you need to run this two command: pip install ipykernel command, and then python -m ipykernel install username myenv display name myenv. So first install this command, pip install ipykernel. Now you need to install this command inside your current environment. So right now I want to use demo 3 for my project. So I will use demo 3. I will first activate the demo 3. Let's say you have installed your, you have opened your CMD terminal. Then let me deactivate this first. So right now we are in a base environment. So first you need to open the environment or activate that environment which you want to use for your Jupyter kernel. So you can just type conda activate demo 3. Once you activate this environment, you need to type this command, pip install ipykernel, this one. So this ipykernel will create a proper Jupyter kernel using this demo 3 environment. So we can use this demo 3 for our Jupyter notebook. So pip install ipykernel, first install this package. Now we can see there are lots of dependencies for this particular package. So we need to wait a couple of seconds so that it will install all the packages. Now you can see successfully install these packages. Okay. Now let's clear the screen. Now let's execute second command. So second command is this one, python -m ipykernel install -- user and then _ name. Now here which environment we are using? Demo 3. So name would be, instead of myenv, you need to give demo 3 name, because this is the Conda environment that we want to use for our Jupyter notebook. So that is why you need to mention that demo 3 is the name of the Conda environment, and display name should be for Jupyter notebook. Here you can write myenv, but always make sure that you write the same name. So this demo 3 is indicating that we are using Conda demo 3 environment, and this demo 3 is indicating that we are creating a Jupyter kernel using this demo 3 environment, and the name of that Jupyter kernel will be same as Conda environment, like demo 3. So let's copy this entire command from Python to demo 3 and let's type inside the terminal. Okay, so python -m kernel install user -- name. This demo 3 should be same as this demo 3, display name demo 3, enter. Now here you can see that we have installed kernel spec demo 3 in this particular path. So that means we have created a Jupyter notebook kernel using our demo 3 Conda environment. Now let's fire up the Jupyter notebook. So I will open one more tab inside the CMD terminal, and here I will type Jupyter notebook. If you want, you can open up the Jupyter notebook using this path also, like here you can type Jupyter notebook and select this app. It will open up the Jupyter notebook, or you can just type Jupyter notebook on your terminal and it will fire up the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, now it is working. Now we have opened the Jupyter Notebook. Now here I will create a new notebook. So click on new notebook. Now it is showing select kernel option. By default we will select Python 3. Okay, so if I select Python 3, that means whatever the default Python version I'm using, which is 3.11. So this particular notebook will work on 3.11 Python version. Okay, so if I install, this is my default version. Okay, so I can install, I can import anything. Import sklearn, it will work smoothly. Import pandas, again it will work smoothly. Okay, it will take some time to import those packages, but the thing is this particular notebook is using Python 3.11, which is my default environment. Okay, now let's create one more Jupyter notebook, and this time we'll select a different environment. Instead of this, I will go to this part, like select on kernel and select a demo 3. Here you can see start other kernel, so you can see demo 3, select. Now we are in a demo 3 environment. So in let's go to CMD terminal again, and let's check what are the packages present inside the demo 3. So pip list. So these are the packages present inside my demo 3 environment. Okay, like Colorama, debug, IPython, these are all sub dependencies. So let's pick one package, let's say Flask. So Flask is not present inside the demo 3. So now here I will try to import Flask, and we got error, no module name Flask. Now if I go to CMD terminal and type pip install Flask, we will get a message that Flask is already installed. Now the reason is we are installing Flask in the base environment, not in the demo 3. So again you need to install those packages inside the demo 3 only. So currently we are in a demo 3 environment. So let's install Flask here. So again pip install Flask, enter. Now it is showing install collected packages. Now let's go to the Jupyter Notebook again. So now I have installed Flask environment in my demo 3 environment. So it should work. So if I run, and here you can see there is no error. It has imported successfully. So this is how you can create a proper Jupyter kernel for your Jupyter Notebook. You can run your Jupyter Notebook in a proper Jupyter and Jupyter kernel. So if you go to kernel, from here you can change your kernel. So right now I am running my notebook inside the demo 3. From this I can switch to any environment, but this kernel you need to create using Conda environment. So this is a step-by-step process. First we create a Conda environment, we install the dependencies, and inside that Conda environment we run the .py project. And let's say if you want to use .ipynb inside that Jupyter like that Conda environment, then you can create a Jupyter kernel, and using Jupyter kernel you can map that Jupyter kernel to your existing Jupyter notebook, or else you can create your new Jupyter notebook, and then you can type your entire Python code inside the Jupyter notebook, so that your Jupyter notebook and your .py file are working inside the same environment. And if you want to replicate this entire project, you can just move entire files to different computer or different machine, install all the packages which are present inside the requirement.txt file, and your code will run smoothly, because your project has all the packages and their versions and Python versions also. So if you have noted all the versions, then it will be very easy for your project to run on deployment architecture as well as different machines. So this is the standard practice that you need to follow while working with a Python project. So for every project, so it may be deep learning, computer vision, or anything, you need to make sure that you create a proper Conda environment For that you can create virtual environment as well as Conda, up to you, but Conda is very easy, so you can use Conda environment. Create a Conda environment, make sure that you should all add all the dependencies in that environment, and then run your project on that particular environment. So these are the steps you need to follow while working with Python project.